Hello everyone, myself Anil Balulaya, Department of ISC and Engineering College. So we were discussing module 2 in object oriented programming. Okay, yes. So today in our lecture 2 we will begin with Java. So in our lecture 1, okay, we had finished with the remaining portions, okay, which were not remaining portions of C++, which were not covered, okay, in module 1. So in today let's start with Java. So initially we will discuss with introduction to Java, then Java Buzzwords. Okay, finally we will discuss Java building process. So as in every programming language, okay, we start with the basic concepts of any programming language. So Java is an object-oriented programming language. So we'll start with some of the basic concepts of object-oriented programming language. Yes. So first of all, what is an object? So an object is a real-world entity. Okay. So a real-world entity, for example, a person. Okay, a person. He is the one who really exists. Okay. Book, table, chairs, or any things which exist in nature. So that is a object. Okay. So that is about the object. And in object, both data and the method, they work together. Okay, so that is the about the object. Next is nothing but a class. So what is a class? Class is a collection of objects, or class is a collection of instance variables and methods. So it is like a blueprint, and the class is a blueprint for an object. So a class, actually it does not define any data, but it does define what the class name means. That is what an object of the class will consist of and what operations can be performed on such an object. So what does class do then? Okay, a class will consist of object and operations which can be performed on an object. Next is abstraction. So what is abstraction? So abstraction is nothing but we provide only the essential information. Okay, so providing essential information and hiding the background details, that is called as abstraction. Example, so C++ classes provides different methods to the outside world without giving internal details about the methods and data. So that is an example of the abstraction. So next one, encapsulation. So what is encapsulation? So encapsulation is nothing but the process of data hiding. So what do we say about the encapsulation? Encapsulation is placing the data and the methods or functions that work on data in the same place. So for this, an object-oriented programming language gives you the framework to do so. Next concept is inheritance. So what is an inheritance? Inheritance is the process of forming a new class, which is also called as a child class from an existing class, which is called as a base class or a parent class. Yes. So this child class is also called as a derived class. So this inheritance is also a very important concept. Why it is very important? Because it helps us to save the memory. Next is the polymorphism concept. What is polymorphism? It is the ability to use the method or function in different ways. So poly, what do you mean by poly? Poly means many. Okay, so it is like a same function we use it for different work. What we do is we just change the signatures. So that is about the polymorphism. Yes, so let us come to the main topic now. So these things, that is the these things, that is the basic building blocks of any object-oriented programming. We have also studied in we had also studied it in C++. Yes, so nothing very special because Java is also an object-oriented programming. So those concepts are same for C++ as well as Java. So first let us start with the introduction of Java. So introduction, you can also tell us some history. So Java, which is a general purpose object oriented language. Okay, it's a general purpose object oriented language, and it is developed by Sun Microsystems of USA, and it is done in the year 1991. So who is the father of Java? That is the creator. Okay, the creator of Java is James Gosling. So in Java, we develop two types of applications. So it is, one is standalone Java application, another one is web applets. So in Java, whenever we execute a program, okay, that is in standalone Java application, whenever we execute a program, we do it in two phases. First one is nothing but we compile the source code which is written by us into the bytecode. For doing that, we use the Java C compiler. In the next phase, we execute the bytecode that using the Java interpreter. So this is two phases. So first phase, so in the first phase, compiling happens, and in the second phase, execution by interpreter. So compiling to form bytecode. Next, what is a Java applet? Okay, Java applets are a small Java programs. So it is specifically developed for internet application. So an applet is located on a distant computer, and it can be downloaded via internet, and we can execute this applet on a local computer. So we'll be seeing all these things whenever it comes in a syllabus. Okay, so this is the basic information. So let us understand something about the Java environment. So a Java environment, it includes a large number of development tools and hundreds of classes and methods. The Java development tools are part of systems known as Java Development Kit, which is also called as JDK. Okay, so once again I'll repeat, it's important. The Java development tools are part of the systems known as Java Development Kit, JDK. And the classes and the methods are part of the Java Standard Library, known as Java Standard Library, JSL. Okay, it is also known as Java Standard Library, JSL. Also known as API, that is Application Program Interface. So understanding this, okay, we have also understood the introduction or the history, okay, of Java. Now let us see what is the bytecode, which is the one more important concept. So that bytecode concept we'll understand in the next slide. Okay, so just before we discuss about the bytecode, let us just discuss something about the advantages of Java. Okay, so why Java is better than other object-oriented programming language. So first of all, Java is open source. So what is you mean by open source? Open source means it is free, available. Okay, it is available for free. Okay, so when it is available for free, you need not give the heavy license fees. Okay, like for your any Microsoft tools, okay, softwares, you pay heavy license fees. Okay, so this problem is not there here. So that is the biggest advantage. So we can easily download the software for free and we can develop our applications. So next one, it is platform independent. So students, what do you mean by platform independent? You can run this Java program anywhere. Okay, you just need the Java virtual machine installed. So next one is nothing but Java APIs. Okay, can easily be accessed by developers. Next one, Java performs garbage collection. Okay, so memory management is automatic. So what do you mean by garbage collection? So whenever free memory is available, okay, it's like you delete something. Okay, so that particular memory, okay, it makes it available. Okay, so that you can store something there later on. So memory management is automatic here. So Java always allocates objects on a stack, so it is faster. Java embraced the concept of exception specification. So it's also multi-platform support language, and it also supports web services. So since it supports web services, we can develop dynamic web applications in Java. It also allows us to create modular programs and reusable codes. So all these are the all these are the uses of Java, advantages of Java. So as we learn Java, as we go through the concepts of Java, we'll understand these concepts better. Okay, whatever we have discussed here. So let us go to our bytecode. So what is the bytecode? Okay, what is the bytecode? Yes. So I told you students in standalone Java applications of any Java application, that is in, okay, there is two steps. So first step, what do? We compile. Okay, we compile the code. We compile the code written by us. Okay, written in Java, written by us into bytecode. Okay, that is nothing but a dot class file will be created. Okay, dot class file will be created. That is the output of the compilation. Okay, this is nothing but output of compilation. And how do we do this? For doing this, we use Java C compiler. We will see all the program. When we execute the program, we will see these things. And second step is nothing but we execute the dot class file. That is, we execute the bytecode. We execute the bytecode, which is nothing but a dot class file. To get output. Okay, to get output. So basically here what do? We use interpreter. And for here we use Java, and which is a interpreter. Okay, so this is the basic idea. Okay, how the execution takes place. So let us just see what they have to see. So it is what is the bytecode? Okay, so it is the key that allows Java to solve both the security and portability problems. Okay, so why this bytecode is introduced? Okay, because we had to make the Java portable. Okay, so for that we use the bytecode. So it's a key that allows Java to solve both the security and the portability problems. And the output of Java compiler is not executable code. Okay, so we know that compilation happens in the first phase. So output of Java compiler is not executable code. So what it is then? It is bytecode, which is a dot class file. Yes. Next, what is bytecode? Okay, what does a bytecode contain? Okay, that is what they are telling. What does a bytecode contain? So a bytecode contains, okay, a highly optimized set of instructions which is designed to be executed by the Java runtime system. Okay, so this is nothing but an interpreter. Okay, interpreter, and that is also called as Java Virtual Machine, JVM. Okay, JVM. So this, if you have to execute the bytecode, then you need JVM. Okay, and JVM can understand only bytecode, not the code which you have written. That is why in the first phase we compile your code into the bytecode, and that is done by the Java C compiler. Okay, next, using Java interpreter, okay, you execute the code. Okay, yes. So next one, translating a Java program into bytecode makes it much easier to run a program in a wide variety of environments, because only JVM needs to be implemented for each platform. So students, what is this JVM? Okay, why these two phases? It is because we just had to make the Java portable. That is nothing but, see, the Java programs you can basically run in Mac system or in Windows system, or in Linux system. Okay, anywhere you can run. What you have to do is only this JVM you need to implement. Okay, so only that you have to do. If JVM is implemented, then you can run any dot class file. Okay, let it be, say you developed the dot class file in one, say for example, you developed in one in one operating system. Then in another operating system, you can execute that JVM. Just you need to install that. That's all. Okay. So usually when we install the Java package, we do it in two phases. First, we install JDK. Okay. So this JDK will have this implementation of JVM. Okay. It has all the libraries, classes, everything. Okay. Then once we install this JDK, then we need an editor where we run our programs. Okay, so that we will see later on. Okay, how we execute the Java program, a sample Java program. So we'll just go to the next slide. Okay, so yes, students. So once this runtime package, so which is this runtime package, students? Once JVM is installed, okay, then any Java program can run. Okay. So JVM will differ from platform to platform. All understand same Java bytecode. See, so that is why the bytecode is helpful. So if a Java program were compiled to native code, then different versions of the same program would have to exist for each type of CPU connected to the internet. So this is of course not a feasible solution. Thus, the execution of bytecode by the JVM is the easiest way to create truly portable programs. So in this last 2 point, they are telling that why we need to develop bytecode. Okay, why we need to develop bytecode. See, the problem is nothing but, see, if you directly compile, okay, if you directly compile, then there will be the problem of different versions. Okay, so when different versions, the different platforms may react or behave in different ways, okay, which is not good. Okay, so that is why you convert first into the one particular type, okay, one particular type of file, okay, and that is nothing but bytecode. And once you do that, it can run easily in any platforms. So that is the concept of bytecode. So this is idea, students. Okay, so this diagram will properly tell you. So this code is written by us. Okay, so this is written by us. So for writing that, we have the editors. Okay, so that editor can be NetBeans. Okay, NetBeans is one of the editors where we run Java, or Eclipse. In Eclipse also we run Java, or we can also run in Notepad. Okay, we can also write our programs in Notepad. Then later on we have to run it in the command prompt. So this is little different, that I will show you later on. So once this Java program is ready, and students, whenever you write a Java program, okay, and that Java program should be in .java format. Okay, so once that is in once you create a file, okay, if you create a file in NetBeans or Eclipse, in Notepad, anywhere, you have to save it as .java. So once you save it as .java, using Java C compiler, you create bytecode, which is nothing but .class file. And here your first phase of execution is over. Okay, first phase of execution is over. So you do it by, okay, first you do it by compiler, and the compiler's name is Java C. Okay, so that is what they are telling. So once this is ready, so now this can run in any environment. Okay, if JVM is implemented, and then bytecode can run in any platforms. So that is what they are giving. Okay, .class file. So if JVM is it can run in Windows, Linux, or Mac. So this is why this is very helpful. This is the concept of bytecode. Yes. So let us just understand about the Java development kit. So I told you, students, this JVM, basically for that we need to install JDK. Okay, so JDK is nothing but Java development kit. Java development kit. So this is the software which you get it for free. Okay, that you need to install. Now we will understand this Java development kit JDK, what and all it should have. So it should have the applet viewer. Okay, which is, and this applet viewer will help you to run Java applet. Then you will have Java C. Okay, that is nothing but Java compiler. Okay, that is what I told you, first phase. Okay, first phase execution. Next, in second phase, you need Java interpreter. Okay, that is nothing but Java interpreter. So we'll see in this slide only. We'll see. I mean, in this video only, we'll see how to execute a simple Java program. Yes. Next, Java H. What is Java H? It produces header files for use with native methods. So whenever these things comes, we can use it, students. Okay. Java P. So it is Java disassembler. Then you have Java doc. So what is Java doc? It creates HTML documents for Java source code file. And JDB. So what is this? It is Java debugger, which helps us to find the error. So this is what your Java development kit will have. Okay, and this is software you need to install first, then you have to install any editor so that you can run. Then what is this Java API? Okay, what does this Java API contain? So a Java API. Okay, so Java standard library includes hundreds of classes and methods, grouped into several functional packages. So what are these packages? Okay, so it has language support package, it has utilities package, it has input output package, it has networking package, it has AWT packages, and it has applet packages. So your Java API has all these packages, which makes it very good. Okay, it supports all kinds of program students. Okay, using these packages, see, it has a networking package, so it can support any networking related problems. Okay, if it has input output package, so it can run any input output operation. Okay, similarly it has applet package. Then applet means what? It's a small code, okay, which basically runs. So see, if we develop that applet in any those things software, okay, any software anywhere through the internet, we can send this, okay, and you can see it in your computer. So all these are the benefits. So we'll also discuss about this later on. Now just understand Java API has all these things. Okay, now this is the first important thing, students. What are the features of Java? Okay, so these Java features, in your examination they can ask you explain the Java features, or they can also tell you explain the Java buzzwords. So this buzzwords is very important. Okay, now let us see all the benefits of Java. So first benefit is nothing but this Java is compiled and interpreted. So I told you, no, it is two phase. First phase it is compiled, second phase it is interpreted. And what is the difference between compiling and interpreting, students? Compiling means you compile all the code at once, okay, and you develop a exe file or the class file, and in this case you are developing a class file. Next one, interpreter is nothing but it's a line by line execution. Okay, so that happens in second phase. So for this you use Java C compiler, okay, and for this you use Java, which is nothing but an interpreter. So usually we'll just see what these people have to say. So usually computer language is either compiled or interpreted. So Java combines both these approaches. So first, the Java compiler translates the source code. So source code is the code written by us into the bytecode instructions, and these bytecodes are basically executed by the Java interpreter in the second stage. Okay, so this bytecode, students, it is not machine instructions. Remember, okay, these are not machine instructions. So this Java interpreter will convert it into the machine code. Okay, and this can be directly executed. Okay, so the Java is both compiled and interpreted. So they are simply speaking, in this first point, they are simply speaking about the two types. Okay, that is nothing but two phases of execution of Java. So first one is nothing but compiled, and second one is nothing but interpreted. That is nothing but it compiles the data, it also interprets the data. So next one is nothing but its main feature. It's architectural neutral, platform independent, okay, and portable. So that means what? You can carry this Java program, you can execute it in any platform. Okay, you can execute it in any platform. Just one feature it should have, nothing but it should just have JVM implemented. So wherever you can execute it in Mac or Windows or Linux, anywhere you can execute. Just see to it that JVM is installed. So where this JVM will be there? This JVM will be there in the JDK package. So you need to install the JDK package in order to run the Java programs. And this JDK package will have all the necessary compilers and interpreters, okay, so that your program can run in any platform. Okay, so this is the very important feature of the Java. That is nothing but it is architecture neutral or platform independent. Both are same. So then it is, as we already know, it is object oriented. Okay, so in Java, students, everything is an object. Remember. So that is why we also call Java as a pure object oriented language. Remember this. Java is a pure object oriented language. Okay, so Java can be easily extended since it is based on the object model. Okay, next one. So Java is robust and it is secure. Okay, so look here, students, it is very Java is a robust language. What do you mean by robust? Okay, So it makes an effort to eliminate error situation by emphasizing mainly on compile time error checking and runtime error checking. So due to this, it is very robust. So I will discuss about the remaining features. It is distributed. Okay, it is distributed. So what is distributed? Java is designed for the distributed environment of the internet. Java applications can open and access remote objects on internet as easily as they can do in the local system. So that is why we call it as distributed. So it is familiar, simple and small. Okay, so that is nothing but it is easy to learn. Okay, very easy to learn. So Java also is multi-threaded and it is also interactive. Okay, so what is multi-threaded? Multi-threading feature is nothing but you can run the various features simultaneously here. Okay, so that is what. So you can do this using the Java's multi-threaded feature. Okay, so by doing this, what is the use, students? Okay, it is nothing but this feature allows the developers to construct smoothly running interactive applications. So that is one more feature. Then it is having very good performance. Okay, so it's high performance. Okay, so why it is having high performance? Because of the intermediate bytecode. Java language provides high performance because, students, I told you this bytecodes can be executed very fast. Next one, it is dynamic and extendable. So that is nothing but Java programs can carry extensive amount of runtime information. Okay, that can be used to verify and resolve access to objects on runtime. So that is about the buzzwords. Okay, Java buzzwords, very important topic. Okay, yes, next. So now let us see the Java program structure. Okay, how does the Java program look like? How does the Java programs look like? Okay, so basically here you have the 6 sections. Okay, so first section is called as documentation section. So in this documentation sections, what do you put is nothing but you put the comments here. Okay, and what does this comment do? It will tell you something about the program. What is that program all about? Okay, so that is what it has, documentation section. Then you have a package section. Okay, so what is package section? So this is the first statement, students, which you write in a Java file. That is nothing but package. And when you write a package, whatever you is a package name, no, whatever you write inside the package, no, like your classes, your main functions or other functions or any other normal variables. Okay, so everything will come inside a package. So for example, if you write package student, okay, if you write package student, that means what? The name of the package is a student and your classes, main function or any other variables or attributes, everything will be inside this package. Okay, so this package statement declares a package name and it informs the compiler that the class defined here belongs to the package. So that is what I told. Okay, so a package, it can hold. So what can a package hold? A package can hold it classes. Okay, and also it can hold the methods which can be inside the classes or outside the classes. So usually all these methods will be inside the class. Okay, and it can also hold the attributes. So next one is nothing but import statements. Okay, so import statements means, students, if you have to get some ready code, it's like a library. Okay, it's like a library. Okay, so you are importing something. So import statements instruct the compiler to load the specific class belongs to the mentioned package. So sometimes, students, if you have to run some of the things, okay, then you need to import some of the packages or the libraries. Okay, next one, interface statements. An interface is like a class but includes a group of method declaration. So this is an optional statements. So interface statements are nothing but you implement this interface in various classes. Okay, so when it comes, we'll tell you. So students, all these sections does not come in all the program. Remember that. Okay, this class definition and your main method and import statements, these things come in most of the programs, but your interface statements and package statements and your document section is not very much necessary. Okay, but if you're writing a complete set, that is whole code, then you need all the statements. So what is this class definition? The Java program may contain multiple class definition. Okay, the class are used to map the real world object. So I will tell you about all these things when I discuss the program. So what is main method? So this main method is the one from where your execution starts, and with inside the main, you will have various classes. Okay. I mean, your main method is the one where you create the objects for the classes. Okay. Your see, main method is a non-member function. That is nothing but does not belong to any class. So your class is the outside. Remember, your classes will be outside, and for every class you need to create an object here. See, I told you, no, in Java everything is a object, so you need to create object for every class in order to refer the functions, which is nothing but member functions of that class and the attributes of that class. Okay, so we just have to understand that your program, like your other programming languages like C or C++, your execution starts from main and ends from main. Okay, yes. So once your main ends, that the control code is taken back to the operating system. Okay, so this is the Java programming structure. So understanding this basic theory, let us just see the program now so that we understand it better. Okay, so let us see our first program now. Okay, let us see the first program. So this is our program here. So here, understand. So this is the simple Java program, students. So the simple Java program, and tell the name what that program does. So you can put it as a document section. Okay, then after this example also can come there. Then your actual program starts here. Okay, your actual program starts here. Program. So you know that, yeah, you have to understand that your Java program, okay, your Java program always it starts, okay, within a class. That is nothing but your main function. Okay, you always write it inside a class. It also belongs to one class. Remember that. Okay, so here the name of the class is sample1. Okay, and class is a keyword. Okay, and this sample1 is the name of the class. So your main method is inside the sample1 class. Okay, and always a main method, students, it is public. That means what? It should be available to all the classes, and it's also static. Okay, and main, you know, it does not return anything, it's void. Okay, and if arguments are there, you need to give the arguments. And when you, how do you print? Okay, how do you print? Okay, you print in this way, that is system.out.println. So this is how the way in which, in this way you print the statement. So when you write system.out.println, inside that whatever you write, okay, that is inside this double quotes, whatever you write, that will be printed. So in this program I have written welcome to Java, so the welcome to Java will be printed. Okay, so this is one simple program which will print on the screen. It will print welcome to Java on screen. On screen. Okay, yes. So let us check all these programs. Okay, I'll just show in this video how to run a simple program, okay, in Java using the most basic editors. Okay, but before that, let us understand, okay, what is what, all these things. So first one is nothing but class declaration. So here this one class. So class sample1 it declares a class. Okay, and it is an object oriented constructor. And sample1 is a Java identifier that specifies the name of the class. Then after that you put an open bracket. So that is what open bracket. Okay, and if class is there, students, you always, any class it starts. Okay, if you have to start the class, then you have to put the open bracket, and always the class ends with the closing bracket. Remember this. Okay. Next one, the main. Okay, so main, how do you write? Public static void main. Okay, so I told you what is what. Okay, so from this point, see, your interpreter will start to execute. Okay, so that is the main. So always remember, in any Java program there will be only one main function. Okay, there can be n number of classes, there can be many number of classes, but there will be only one main class. Okay, remember that. So let us continue with other things there. Public. Okay, so I told you public static void main. Correct, no, students? I told you what is this public static void main. So our program, how was it? Public static void main. So everything is small letter. Remember here. That is lower caps. Strings argues. This is how your program, students. Correct, no? So it starts from class. Class, the name was class sample1. Okay, then open. It starts with opening bracket. Then inside that main will start again opening bracket. Then you printed there something. So what was that? system. So remember this S is capital, system dot out dot println. Okay, so println, what is println? That means automatically you need not put slash n when you write println. Okay, so say for example I write like this, welcome to Java. Okay, and say I close it here, and one more system dot out dot println I write hello. So this hello, your output will be welcome to Java, and next line it will be hello. Why? Because of println. Println means it will it's like for the line. Okay, for the line. So whenever ln is used, your next line after this message, whatever you print, okay, next message when you print, it will come in the next line. Remember that. If you simply write print, then next message when you write, no, it will come near to this message. So that is why we write println. Okay, so yes, now let us understand about the remaining things here. Public. So what is the public? So it is the access specifier. Okay, we know that public is an access specifier, and it will tell you that main method. Okay, main method, it is accessible to all the other classes. Now what is static? We'll understand. So static keyword defines the method as one. Okay, so it is only one. So that is why this is always static. Okay, that belongs to the entire class and not for a particular object of the class. So that is why you use main as static. So always remember main is declared as static. Okay, it should be public and static. So void, I told it does not return any type. Then println. Okay, what is println? It is a method of the object out. So this, why do you write println here inside system.out? Because println, it is inside the out class. Okay, out. Okay, it's inside the out, which is inside the system. Okay, so in overall you can tell system.out. Println is inside a system.out. So it is like your printf for cout. Okay, so printf in C, cout in C++. Okay, now how do you execute, students? I told you two phases. So in first phase you compile. Okay, so first phase you compile. So what is your, how do I save the file? Okay, so this I save it as sample1.java. So remember, students, if your class name is sample1, then even your file name should be sample1. That you have to remember. It should be same. Okay, otherwise your program will not run. So since the class is sample1, this file name also should be sample1. So how do you write? I use the, okay, first phase what happens? Your normal code, okay, whatever whichever you have written. So you have to open the command prompt. This is the basic. When you don't have any different editor like your NetBeans or the another editor, Eclipse, that time you can run it in command prompt. Okay, so that time what you have to do is nothing but you have to write this code, okay, in the notepad. Remember one thing, JDK should be installed. Okay, then only that environment will be there in your computer. Otherwise it will not be there. You cannot run any Java programs. So because this Java C compiler will be under JDK package only, remember. So first you have to compile your program, okay, and that is done by Java C compiler. So how do you compile? Java C, that's a keyword, okay, that's a compiler, then file name.java. So when you are done, what will happen? Bytecode will be produced, and which is a dot class file, and this bytecode can run in any of the systems. Finally, you have to run the bytecode. Okay, so that is you do it using the interpreter. So for that, which is the interpreter name? Which is nothing but Java. Okay, Java is the interpreter name. Okay, and how do you do? Java sample1.java. So this is the second phase. This is the first phase. This is the second phase. So when you write these two lines together, your any Java program will run. Okay. So that is the way how we run the Java program. So finally, students, okay, so let us understand overall how do we execute the Java program. So you have to create the source code so that you can create in Notepad. Okay, you can create it in Notepad, or you can also create it in editor like NetBeans, okay, or Eclipse. Okay, remember, students, this Eclipse or NetBeans will only work if JDK is installed. Okay, JDK should be installed for this. It should be installed for all of this. Should be installed. Okay, so you have to create the source code. So any editor can be used to create Java source code. So after coding, the Java program must be saved in a file having the same name of the class containing main method. So what is this, students? Remember, your main in your main will be there inside which class? No, that same class name should be there for your file name. Okay, so file name and your class name should be same. Okay, which class name? The class which contains the main. And all Java code should be inside the, all Java code, it should have .java extension. Okay, then only it will be a Java code. So it's like you create the first you create in a notepad. Okay, That time usually what happens is nothing but you create, usually whatever you write in Notepad is a text file. It is a .txt format. So you have to write in manually .java. Okay, I'll show it to you. Okay, once we are done with this, okay, I'll show you the how to execute our first Java program. Okay, so next you compile. Okay, so compilation, how do you do? So compiling, so using, so you what do you compile? First of all, you compile the source code, and the source code will generate the bytecode. Okay, and if you all these things should happen, then you should have a JDK, and this JDK should be installed before the compilation. This is not completion, before the compilation. Okay, please make the corrections here. It is compilation. Okay, then Java program can be compiled by using javac file name.java. Okay, file name.java. Next, it will create a file called .class. Okay, so it is also called as bytecode. Okay, we will see all these things, students. I'll show you in my first program. Then you have to execute the program. Okay, then how do you execute? So this execution, students, you can do it anywhere in any platform. Okay, just once this bytecode is ready, you can run the Java program in any platform. So Java program once compiled can run in any system, any platform. Okay, any system having any platform. So Java program can be executed by typing Java. So this is how you implement the code. Now let us see practically. Okay, how do we run a Java program? Okay, so what you are supposed to do? What you are supposed to do is nothing but, okay, first you have to install JDK, students. Okay, that is freely available from the internet if you search. Okay, so how do you install a JDK? Okay, so in the net you have to type JDK download. Okay, so in the Google you can type that JDK download. So you have a package called as Java SE development kit. Okay, so this is the Java development kit, students. Okay, which will have your compiler. Okay, so this is the package. So this is the latest package. Always download the latest package. So it will, so as time goes, these packages will change. Okay, new package will come. So currently existing latest one is 16. So this is the package where your JVM will be there. Okay, so it will also have your Java C compiler. Okay, then Java interpreter. Everything will be there in this package. So you need to install this first in your computer. So I have already done that. Okay, I have already done that. When you click this, it is free of available. Okay, you can install this package, that is Windows 64 compressed archive. You can install this. Once you install this, okay, this is the first phase. Okay, where you install your JDK. Once you do this, okay, once this is installed, students, what your next phase is nothing but go to your notepad. Okay, go to your notepad, and in notepad you let us write our first Java program. Okay, which will print, say, welcome to Java, hello world. Okay, hello, welcome to Java. So how do I write a Java program? Okay, so I told you it should be inside a class. So I write class sample1.java. Okay, so I will give it sample1. Okay, I can give any name. So here I'll give it as sample1. So remember the sample1. Okay, this is one word. If this one we take it as a separate word, then always you have to write it in a camel case. So camel case means what, students? The second word's first letter should be capital. So here let me take it as a single word only. So it's a sample word. Then how do you open? You have to open using opening braces. Then inside that you write public static void main. So this is where your program execution starts. Public static void main. Okay. Then string arguments, args. If it is taking any arguments. Okay, command line. So that also I'll show you. Okay, so this way, if command line arguments if it is taking, then this is required. So inside this you execute the program. So how do you execute a program? That is nothing but using the system.out.println. This is like your printf in C or cout in C++. So println. So I'll also show you what is the difference between print and println. So I'll just write two statements. Hello. Okay, then I'll write welcome to Java. So hello. So in the next line, okay, I'll write welcome to Java. Okay, so close the brackets. So this is the end of this thing. Okay, end of class. So this is end of class. Okay, so this is comment, students, end of class. Okay, and end of main. sorry, first one is end of main, second one is end of class. So now my so what should be the output of this program? It should be, students, how should be, what is the output of this program? We will see that. Okay, so what should be? It should be hello. In next line it should be welcome to, so your output will be hello. It should be welcome to Java. Okay, so next, how do you save the program? Now let us see our implementation thing. Okay, so first you have to save the program. How do you save? So file, save as. Okay, first program, I'll write it first program, first Java. Okay, okay, your file name. So what I told students, your file name should be the same as your name. Okay, for same file as your same as your class name. So it is sample1. So I will give it as sample1. Okay, so I told you this is in a .txt format by default. I have to so save it as .java format. So I wrote sample1.java. This file name and your class name should be same. So I have to save it. Okay, I have to save it. So once this is saved, now let us go to our command prompt to execute this code. So for command prompt, you have to go to command prompt cmd. There what you have to do is nothing but you have to go to the E drive, because I have saved it in E drive. Okay, so E drive. So in E drive, let us check our program. So how do you check? Using dir. So when I press dir, okay, whatever is there, it is there, or whatever is there, it will show. Okay, so our sample1 is here, students. I am highlighting that sample1.java. So it is there, so I can execute. So from where you have to go to the place, you have to go to the folder or file. Okay, wherever your program is there. From there you have need to execute if you are executing it in command prompt. Okay, so then after that, how do I execute? I have to write Java C. Okay, compiler, first phase Java C sample1. It should be same. Okay, it's case sensitive, so that's now file name should be same, sample1.java. Okay, so if error is there, it will show you the error. If error is not there, it will directly execute. So here we know any error is not there, so that is why it executed. Then it is a execution. So how do you execute? Java sample1.java. Okay, yes. So can you see the output, students? Whatever I told. Okay, what I told, your output should be hello in first line. Okay, and in second line it is welcome to Java. Okay, so this is our first Java program which we have executed. Now let me do the small change for you in our notepad. Okay, so what I'll do is nothing but I will show you the difference between print ln and print. Okay, so what I am doing is intentionally I am going to remove this ln. Okay, now let us see what happens. Okay, now what should be the output? It should hello and welcome to Java should come in the same line. Okay, because it is print. So let us see. Okay, what happens now? So again I have to recompile because I made some changes. So how do you compile? Java C sample1.java, where sample1 is your file name and Java is the, yes, look here, Java C sample1.java. Now next is nothing but an error is not there. So next is the execution. So how do you execute? Java, okay, sample1.java. So can you see here, hello, welcome to Java? It's coming on the same line. Why it is coming on the same line? Because I have written print. So this is the difference between print and println. Okay, yes. So next I will show you, students. The thing is nothing but, see, I told you when I compile, one class file will be created here. Okay, so let us see that also. Okay, how the class file will be created. We cannot open that class file or the bytecode. Okay, but we can show it to you. Okay, so I'll just go to computer in my E drive where it is saved. Okay, so our program was sample1. So can you see here sample1.class? Okay, this is sample1.class. Whatever you can see here, this sample1.class is a bytecode. Okay, this is a class file. What is this? It's a bytecode. So you can see here all different examples which we will discuss later on in different videos. So this is our basic, that is sample1. So it is created. Okay, so let me show you now how this, see, when we compile only this class file will be created. Okay, I will show you that. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just go to the notepad. I will save it, one more new file will do. Okay, so what is the steps now? I have to save as, I have to do it as sample2. Okay, one more new program, I'll do it as sample2. Okay, yes, so that is of type Java, so sample2.java. so I will save it. Okay, one new file is created now. Okay, now what change you have to do? See, now I have changed the file name here. So when I change the file name, I also have to change the class name here. So because those both should be same, these should be same. Okay, should be same. Okay, so I'll just make it as, sample2. Okay, yes. So now let us see how this is created. So I'll just save it. Okay, now first phase, what is the first phase? I have to execute. See, now you cannot see any sample2 here. Okay, I'll do one thing for you. I'll just hide all these things. Okay, so that we can see properly how the class file is getting created. Okay, I'll just hide these things. Okay, I'll just put it on one of the files on inside. Okay, now let us go to our notepad and let us save it again. Okay, sample2, save. Okay, so let me go here. So you can see the sample2, there is only Java file now. There's only Java file. Now I will have to create a bytecode here. How do I create a bytecode? I will go to this and I will compile. So how do I compile? Java C sample2.java, sample2.java. Okay, yes. Okay, there's a dot missing, so that is why you got that error. Yes, now you will not get. So can you see this is executed? Okay, and this is executed now. Okay, yes. So once it is executed, there is no errors now. Okay, now let me execute this. Okay, so we can see the class file, students. Yes, so can you see here? So can you see the class file? So this is the sample2 class file. Okay, this is how it creates. So this class file is executed. This class file is executed by the interpreter. So this is how your Java program runs. Okay, so in our another video I will show you how to execute in a NetBeans. Okay, how to execute the software through NetBeans editor. So let us go back to our PPT and let's finish the remaining things. So this is the about the implementing the Java code. Yes. So now last topic is Java command line arguments. Okay. So what is command line arguments? Okay, what is command line? So command line arguments are the parameters that are supplied to the application program at the time when they are invoked. Okay, so these things. So this the main method of the Java program will take the command line argument as the parameter of the arguments variable, which is a string array. Okay, so these are, so here we supply command line arguments. Okay, through here. So here, so students, when we execute, how do we execute whenever command line arguments are there? So Java C compile test.java. So this is the compiling phase, and when we execute it, we supply here only. So this Java C CPP Fortran are directly supplied here. So this is the string array I told you. Okay, so what do we do here? So when first, how does this program work here? So I execute, I just initialize, declare here a variable called as count, also initialize a variable called as n, which is 0. Then one variable, this string is a variable which is of type string. Then this count, I am counting. So in Java you have a direct thing. Okay, when you do arguments dot length, okay, these arguments are these arguments, Java C C++ Fortran. So what are these are the arguments. Okay, so when you do length, so many are the arguments here. In this example we have 1 2 3 4 arguments, so your count will be 4. Okay, n will be 0 and count will be 4. So so initially, okay, it will print number of arguments, okay, and count. So what do you do here? While n is less than count. Okay, so when n is less than count, so till 0 is less than 4, it is going to print your n and, okay, n, and it is going to print your string. Okay, so your n is nothing but, initially it will tell you, okay, this n we are making it as n is equal to n plus 1, so it is nothing but 1. Okay, 1. And whenever you concatenate, whenever you write two things in Java, you have to concatenate it. Okay, so it is like n is one term, so you are concatenating here. Okay, then this is a different term. Okay, that is nothing but colon. Okay, see here, one Java, this is how it prints. So 1, then colon, then once again next term again you are concatenating here, so which is nothing but a string. In your string, nothing but argument of 0 will be there. Okay, in your arguments of 0, what is there? First argument is given is nothing but Java, so this Java will be there in first iteration. Okay, first iteration, so that is the why. But it should come 0 Java, no, because n I am incrementing here, n is equal to n plus 1, so it becomes 1 Java. Okay, same thing will continue for the other ones also. It will be 2 C, 3 CPP, and 4 Fortran. Okay, but before this line, okay, so how will be our output, students? Our output is nothing but, first it will print number of arguments. Okay, number, see the double quotes will not come, number of arguments 4. Okay, this colon will be there, number of arguments 4. Okay, because this, whenever I concatenate, I use plus. Okay, in Java, then it will come this line, that is nothing but 1 Java, 2 C, 3 CPP, and 4 Fortran. Okay, in this slide they have not written this line, but this will print before this, that is number of arguments is 4. So this is the concept of the command line arguments. Okay, so that is all we have here, that is all we have in this slide. Thank you, students.